I'm happy I did go back off and come back on because, man, you guys wouldn't have been able to see that. And I'm hoping that this stays here because it's trying to slip on me. Slipping on me, you guys. Okay, my light just went off. Why did that happen? Hopefully you guys can see this. You guys can see this right. Really hoping that you guys can. Okay. Rather than wait any longer, let's get started. Hoping that everyone is having a great day today as well. I know I haven't seen you guys in a minute. And also, if you guys have tuned in lately to see that the spoiler alert, that song, So Close, just slipped in there. Slipped in there. It's called So Close. I'm hoping that you guys have had an opportunity to listen to it. That song, that's the longest song I've done thus far. That song was over 7 minutes. I really surprised myself on that one. That song was more so, I don't know, it's categorized on YouTube as rhythm and blues, but I think it's more, I don't know. How would you guys categorize that song? Soul, more soulful, more, has a lot of, I don't know. So I've already pre-sketched out what I was going to draw today. And this paintbrush had already doing its own thing. So the colors I said I was using in the previous live is green, white, yellow, and black so far. I really didn't want to start on the leaves with the color yet because I'm unsure of how this background is going to be. But rather than have you guys wait. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that because if I mess up on the background, which I've done in previous videos, you know, I've had to just go all the way over and start all the way over again. And rather than me do that, you know what? I think I might make this a little pink. I might. Let's see how that goes. If I do this background just a little pink, you guys think that would be cool to do? Add a little pink in there. Let's see. Check this one. Do they sell paint scoopers where you can just scoop out the paint? It's not that much either. Just a little dab of pink in there. Mixed with white and yellow. You know, guys can also feel free to paint with me if you want. Like I said, the colors that I'm using today is white so far. White, green, yellow, pink, and black. I may add more color in there. I'm unsure right now if I'm going to do that. And I'm using, let's see, this brush. I'm adding pink with white. Let's get in front of you guys. Adding pink with white. I just totally knocked my painting over. And then I'm going to be adding, like I said, this painting is just for fun. And it's kind of like, you know, I've missed you all. And so I wanted to come back in and do a little painting with you guys. Any painting that I do, you guys are more than welcome to paint along with me. I actually would like for you to do that. That way, we can brush up on our skills together. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of like painting around that. And if I had did this whole painting, I think it wouldn't be, well, if I would have did the leaves, it wouldn't have been a good idea to do that. So, I'm simply just going in here and I am painting a background to this because I've already you know, drawing it out. So that way I won't have to be guessing on here on what I'm going to be doing. Which I don't mind it, but I just, today I'm kind of like getting to back into, you know, wanting to paint for the collection as well. And so I just really didn't have anything that I could paint, you know. So this is, you know, coming back into, other than the video I did the other live with me, you know, having a lot of fun painting not painting, but using the pastels on myself. I mean, on the painting that I mean, I keep saying painting, you see, getting back into painting, right? I guess it's that time. So, I was using the pastels. That's what I was using at the time. And so, with the pastels, as you know, with paint, there I go, I'm saying painting again. But with the pastels, I like using pastels because you can correct your mistake on there. You can, like, bring it down. You can color over colors, and they're really easy to use. And that's that's what I used to use before I was painting pastels. So I went from sketching to painting, and you know, I was talking about getting into the oil painting at one point. I may still do it, I may not. It just depends. It's just easier for me to work with acrylic. Acrylic is it's easier for me to mix. So I have to get into the mixing process with the oil. And I want a thick, real thick oil paint. If I ever was to use it, I would want mine to be more 3D-ish, actually. So, all right, I think I got my background together now. And I am going to now be, I'm going to now be, paint all over my nails. I'm going to now be adding, going back to my leaf. Let's see, I got color on this too. So let's go back into my leaf. So the color of the leaf is yellow, and then its paintbrush has already a color on here, which is red, so it's kind of blending, which is also helping me because, you know, yellow red makes orange. So it's kind of like toning down this yellow so that it won't be so bright. And then I'm just doing all the leaves. And the reason I did my background in pink is because I don't know if I want it to be a sort of landscape in the back yet. So I just kind of like left it a neutral color so that, you know, if I decide to do it that way, it'll work. So this is the original color. You can see the original color popping out now. The regular colors that are on here has made the yellow a little darker. But with this one, you can see the actual color is brightened up. Okay. And I actually drew the background with a pen, you guys. I don't normally do that. I just, you know, I was actually doing something else, which let me show you what I was doing because, let's see. I can grab that really quick. So what I was doing, let me put these in here. Let those get ready for me to clean them off. I came to the idea of I was doodling, and I was doodling, um, you know, because one day I was just sitting and I was looking at the rain after a fresh rainfall, and I was looking at the ground. That's what I was looking at. And then I seen on the asphalt that there was a shadow of, a reflection rather, that had reflected because of light. And the light had shined, let me move this out of the way. The light had shined on the water so that the reflection, it reflected like a mirror. So it was the dark black asphalt, and then it was a light shining down on the water that laid upon the ground. And so what happened was it reflected like a mirror to what was in the atmosphere, in the environment, which was, you know, things that had other lights on them. So I was like, I was looking at it, I was like, that's a perfect little mirror right there, actually, with the rain on the ground. It looked like a mirror. So I was like, that's very interesting because without light, I on shining on that little puddle of rain, I wouldn't have saw that reflection of that mirrored, that actually caught my attention. And so I you know, just really didn't pay attention to it too much. I've always seen it throughout my life, but I just didn't pay attention to it as much as I wanted to hone into it on that night. So I had looked, and the reflection, the water rippled or whatever. But I also knew that without that light casted over that water on the asphalt, I knew that that wouldn't be possible. It would have been impossible to see that reflection. And I'm like, so could it be possible that even though that little puddle fell in that little spot right there, could there have already been shadows? Which brings me back to my painting. Like I said, I drew the background as black, with a pen. And so, I'm able to color over because I know it's already there. Plus, with this light shining down on it, I'm able to, draw the form out. So, but it's already a form there. You should clearly see the form. And so, in my mind, I'm just like, it's like almost, I heard a saying, like holding a flashlight over space. Holding a flashlight over space is what I could call it. And the forms of the deep and the dark, it's already there. It's just the light being cast down on it. So I'm adding my green on here. Adding my green now. Very subtle painting today. Um, can you guys see that? Really hoping that you guys can see that. Let's see. I got two different lights today. I caught myself getting one more type of light, and I don't know if that did me any justice, but uh, just a little pretty, flower. A little pretty flower, and it's kind of like pulling over from the song "Ephemeral Bloom." And when I say that word, it just kind of like pauses me because I'm like trying to pronounce it and it just stops me in my tracks. So I try to say ephemeral bloom. Try saying that 3 times. But let's see. That background is kind of like, I don't know if it should be darker. It probably looks just simply it's really bright due to the light here. But let me see if I turn this off. That's not doing anything. So, yeah, I would have to actually bring you guys in a little closer. I'm really hoping that you guys could see this today. Let's see, maybe I'll try to bring the background a little darker later, but I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I didn't even get a chance to use this black. Write my little signature on here. And if you haven't, I did other paintings. You can check out the website now, Amie The Artist. Well, I kind of like don't even like saying my website on here because my business like fluctuates. It fluctuates like little ripples and waves, and I've um, with technology and these things because I'm majority digital. You never know what can happen, so I kind of like just I'm not gonna even tell you everything, right? I'm telling you everything. So there you go. You can visit the website there. You can go back on my previous videos, and I'll leave a well, if you tune into this channel, you'll see it there. But I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I'm looking at this through the phone right now, and I'm trying to see. Probably should add a little more detail. What do you guys think? Should I have added a little more detail to this painting? Yeah, because I didn't get a chance to use the black, so I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm kind of like satisfied with that right now. So I'm gonna teeter with this black just a little bit. Teeter with it just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know. I think that did it, you guys. That little bit right there. The little bloom in the middle. Stems, whatever you want to call that. Alright, so if anything I can change in this painting would be to bring down the backdrop a little bit. Just make it a little dark pinker. But now that I have completed this painting, I am not going to even touch it. I probably touch it when it's dry. And you guys, I got me a little dryer as well, which is what you hear going. So it kind of like helped me, my paintings to dry a little faster. And then if that doesn't work, I also got a new thing too. This little device here, most of you guys probably know what it is, but this helps me out as well. It's a balloon blower upper, but it helps me if I'm doing little projects where it needs to be, dried quicker. But once again, if you haven't visited the website, make sure you guys check that out. You can see this and other paintings there. And I want to thank you guys for joining me.